everybody, this is Becky Legiro for CoinGeek.com. I am here with Ryan Kavanaugh, the CEO of Proxima Media. And Ryan comes to us from Hollywood, California, gave a wonderful fireside chat with the guys from Rad Out of TV. Ryan, tell me, first of all, what is your role in Hollywood and how does it feel to be here in London?
Well, thank you for having me, first of all. London's one of my favorite places, so I always love coming back. It's like my second home. My role in Hollywood is to stay as far away from Hollywood as possible while being in Hollywood and making movies. I would say I'm kind of known as the person who bucks the trend and, kind of does things my way. I started in the business when I was fairly young, around like 26, where I said I was going to start my own studio, and of course everybody laughed at me. And we ultimately built the biggest mini-major studio. But through the process, I always did things a little different. And I think you heard me talk about just now doing the first deal with Netflix in 2010 or in 2006. You'll laugh at this, but Marvel was a company just out of bankruptcy, and everybody laughed at the idea that they could make any successful movies. So I did the entire business plan and helped create Marvel Studios, which everybody laughed at me for 1 year out of every room saying, what do you mean Iron Man is going to be like Spider-Man, or Black Panther is going to work, or nobody wants to see Captain America? So I'd say right now, well, since 2017, I've been working on integrating various digital movements into, I'll call it media and Hollywood. I launched the first security token in entertainment in 2017. Because of the pandemic, it never got off the ground. I never even officially launched it. But what it did is it morphed me into realizing using blockchain, not so much tokens, but blockchain is at least for Hollywood, with $100 billion a year that moves through the Hollywood system, there's so many middlemen and there's so many kind of, I'll call it toll booths it passes through, that's just money that comes out of talent's pocket and money that comes out of what could go on the screen, and it's very inefficient. And it's because the system's 100 years old and it's still stuck in that 100-year-old accounting system, you call it. So really what I'm doing is working on movies where we can use not crypto, but blockchain as a means to create more efficiency, both in terms of how movies are financed, how people buy movies, how they're distributed, and it makes it just a hell of a lot more efficient.
Yeah. Yep, I love all of this. And also during your fireside chat, you were talking about how the word crypto, NFT, really scares people from Hollywood because it's got a bad reputation and people have been burned by these things in the past. So what is it going to take, Ryan? I know that you buck trends and you start things kicking off. What's it going to take for actually people in the 5 major studios to actually start adopting what blockchain tech is all about?
Well, I think the problem is that because so many celebrities were involved, they're being made examples of by regulators. So now you've got all the celebrities scared to death to put their name around anything that has the word NFT or crypto, because those are the people that they make an example of, like Tom Brady right now, and Logan Paul and all these people, right? So I think what will happen, as I said, is I think people will have to separate the idea of an NFT and crypto is not the same as using blockchain. And most people don't understand that yet, particularly the older generation. It's kind of like saying it's just a new technology to make the way movies are made, financed, distributed, and participation's paid more efficient. And they have to kind of tear those words apart. But I can't tell you how many times I'll say blockchain and people will be like, wait, you're doing what? I'm like, not crypto, not NFTs, blockchain, right? Blockchain is just an efficient means of helping tech move faster and be more efficient.
I think you were saying that if we can just get one, that the rest will follow. This is what's happened in the past, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, when I did Netflix, everybody laughed at me, and Netflix didn't get another major studio for 4 years. And then they got everyone, and then the studios were like, uh-oh, we gave them too much power. I watched the same thing happen. Like I said, Marvel, everybody kind of laughed at it. Roku, I was doing a deal where we were going to own 20% of Roku, and they were a private company. And I remember taking an entire team at CES to the Roku TV. There was not one person standing at their booth. And I'm like, this is going to be the future right here. This is middle America, and this is what they're going to be using to connect. That year, I actually gave the keynote speech at CES, and I said, if the studios don't realize that what's going to happen is that the power is now in the consumer's hands, they're going to take it away. That's what happened. So I think whether it's me because I go first, but maybe someone following me that's maybe bigger, or a bigger studio, or makes a bigger splash. I think it's ultimately going to be the talent side that drives this. I think it's going to be the guilds, the unions who realize, hey, there's a more efficient way for our talent to get paid. There's a more efficient way to really audit, if you will, and it's less costly. It gets our talent paid faster. It cuts out a lot of the expense. And I think once they realize that, they'll be the ones, I believe, that will mandate it. We'll say to a studio, well, you have to use one of these techs to pay us because that's the only way we feel confident protecting our clients. That wasn't available to them in the past.
Yeah. Brilliant. I can't tell you what a pleasure it was, Ryan, to host you here in London. And thank you so much for joining me. And enjoy the rest of your time here in London.
Thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin wallet, blockchain, stablecoins, MetaNet, the evolution of money. Everybody is talking about Bitcoin today, but what exactly is it? Learn the basics from experts. Learn what Bitcoin is, how it works, and why it matters. Blockchain 101, your ultimate guide to the fundamentals of blockchain.